Just a quick little check-in. So stay tuned because it's coming right up. All right, guys, welcome back yet again. If you guys want to follow my social media handles, it is Eyes Wide Open Podcast on, what is this? Instagram? Yeah, go to Instagram, Eyes Wide Open Podcast. I also have a personal page that is going to be at Kiah. If you want to check my Twitter, it's at Kiah. You can check the link in any of the description boxes and you'll have everything that you need right there. I have a couple of features on a couple of other podcasts. Check those episodes out as well. And if you would like to email me, link below yet again. Okay. Let's get talking about celibacy and why I'm going to be celibate. Not going to be, am. Why I am celibate, why I made the decision, what it's been doing for me so far, okay? So, I came out of a long relationship, and after that, I realized, hey, go on a date, a couple of dates. It's cool. It's a lot of fun. Most of these people that you meet, a lot of them aren't going to be bad individuals. They're going to be amazing individuals. But sometimes you need time to get yourself in order, right? After you come out of a long situation like that, you've really got to take time to heal yourself. And you guys know this podcast is about healing, spiritual journey, healing, all this wonderful stuff. So for me, being in a more spiritual place as a person, I was like, well, I kind of feel like I need to cut this out. Only because I knew that it was still allowing me to focus too much on other people. And I needed this time to really focus in on myself. I'm trying to do different things with myself as a person, my career, obviously my spiritual self coming through this journey. And I'm realizing, hey, this is only going to help me focus in and really get to know me better. So almost like dating yourself, you know what I'm saying? Really understanding that when you date yourself, it's so amazing. It's like, take yourself out for lunch or buy yourself lunch, obviously. But like sometimes I'll come sit in the park out here and I'll eat my dinner or eat my lunch and cut on something on my phone, or I use my notebook and journal, or I work on my podcast, obviously. You guys know. Study. I do a couple of different things. I have a lot of things I'm working on as a person within myself and my actual personal life. So I really wanted to show how me taking that energy that I usually would focus in on other people and the connection that we share, I really took that and worked it within and said, focus on your connection with yourself. Focusing on that connection within me has helped me tremendously. And I'm still not done. I still ain't done. Don't worry. I got a lot of time left. I don't want to say how long because I don't even know. I'm just trying to get it. I feel like I'll know. I feel like I'll have that inner knowing. Like, you're good. It's time for you to do what you do. But sorry, Dad, if you're listening. You listen to all of my stuff, but you know what's up. We have conversations. Being a woman, it just really is like, what do you want for yourself? And I know that I want, real true love and all that beautiful stuff and like family, all that kind of stuff is beautiful. You want that. But my dad used to tell me, you can't be with someone else if you don't know how to be by yourself. And he used to tell me that as a kid all the time. Learning how to play by myself as a kid and use my imagination to have a really good time. And it's almost like reverting into some of those habits. It makes me think of previous podcasts when I said like finding your inner joys as like a kid. Same kind of situation, except for now I'm applying that to my personal life and really taking charge of it to just say, okay, what can I use all the energy that I would normally put into building a relationship with someone or being with someone, going on dates with them? Like, what can I do with that energy? And what I like to do, oh my gosh, sorry, there's an ant crawling on me. What I can do is work with myself a little bit more. I've really been trying hard. I've been journaling. I take my time to journal a little bit every week. Research, read different materials. I love to read. I've gotten back into reading even more and more and more. It's crazy how much content I've been studying on, expounding my brain and my knowledge on. But I'm enjoying myself. I'm really enjoying myself because I have this solitude within me, this peace within me that I feel like I haven't had in a long time, to be honest. And sometimes that happens to us as people. We just lose touch with self. And so coming back into touch with self, I've really decided like, hey, letting go of sexual connections is really helping me a lot in this situation, more than I anticipated it to be. I thought, whoa, this letting go of that one thing's done all this. You know, it's giving me this huge push to move myself forward, to like all the sexual energy that's like ramped up there. I just move it into my mental a little bit, and that has helped me be more creative and doing fun projects and really working hard to just enjoy life. I've done something I call date myself, where I love to go get my own little dinner, my lunch, and I come sit at the park, and I really try to have a good time doing the things I like to do. I like to dance. You guys know I post videos of that. I love to play different games, Sudoku. That's been one of my jams for years and years now. So I've really just been trying to find my inner joy, you know, and being celibate offers me that. I know that sounds crazy, but me not having sex with anybody or basically diving too heavy into that realm with another individual has been so nice, because I'm able to really focus in and love me, get back in touch with me, you know what I mean, with myself, with the things that I love to do, with the things I like and don't like even, because a lot of time your perception of what you want for yourself can change if you just dig deep and ask yourself, like, what are you understanding? What are you gaining from doing this? What are you getting? It's almost like a reassessment a little bit, sitting there saying, okay, do I really like that about a relationship? Do I really like this about a relationship? What about this aspect? What about that aspect? I've been able to like dig into myself a little bit more and understand myself a lot better, understand some of my flaws, understand the things that I'm going to tolerate, not tolerate. It's giving me this like internal confidence about boundary setting with people. It's been so nice. Like, it feels like I'm coming into my womanness even more. And I like that. I really like that, because I'm a person who was a little more tomboyish growing up. I don't want to say tomboy. I wasn't like masculine, you know what I mean? But I definitely like to go get rough outside and play and frolic, and you know, I didn't always want to wear dresses and like heels and stuff like that, but I've gotten more in touch with my inner femininity because of this. It has like almost forced me to go within, and I start to like, oh, I actually really love my little dressies, and I like doing my makeup and having my nails in order. You know, it's like a good pampering situation, and it's nice. It's so nice, because it's like me being receptive to me. And that's something that I've been wanting to welcome in. No one knows, we have a new moon phase coming in Cancer tomorrow. Shout out to the moon. I'm excited. But Cancerian energy is a motherly, nurturing energy and receptive energy. So I've been trying to focus more on that. And when I say Cancer, I'm talking about zodiac signs. I love astrology. I try to link a lot of my life and understandings with that. So huge into astrology. But understanding that I'm welcoming that receptive behavior into myself has given me the opportunity to really love myself and enjoy loving myself so much wholeheartedly. You know what I mean? We meet so many people out here, and people don't want the same things that you want, and it just kind of doesn't go anywhere. It's almost like those pointless encounters, especially when you know what you're looking for. So going through this journey has offered me a lot of time to say, like, what is it that you want, self? What is it that works really well for you? What type of connections work for you? Because what you thought was working for you, or what you thought would work for you, maybe that's not exactly what you want or what you need or what's best for you. What like self-sabotaging habits have you had internally? Like, that's the questions I would ask myself. Like, what am I doing that hasn't helped me or served me? And I really work to like drop those things and let those things go. And those mental habits, and I say things, I don't mean like tangible things all the time. Sometimes I mean like self-defeating habits in your mind, negative self-talk. You could be hard on yourself. Sometimes I can lean to try to be like a perfectionist a little bit, and like learning to drop that and be like, hey, I'm just me. I'm just real. I'm just a person, I recently had this revelation. I was like, man, I feel like I'm so chipper all the time, but I like being a happy person. I like being a chipper person. I do. I enjoy that. But just loving myself for that, enjoying that aspect of me. I, really love earrings. I don't know. I didn't always wear them. Now I try to make sure I put a little earring on every day because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel happy. And so, like, being okay with being by yourself, being happy. You know what I mean? Uh-oh, there's a car trying to get jumped off, and it is smoking. It is smoking. Sorry, guys. But anyway, back to this celibacy. It's something that I didn't really plan. It just kind of happened. I thought, I got to do this. I got to do this. Because a lot of times, as me, a lot of women I talk to, conversations I've had, you go in and you talk to guys and they do want something, but sex is usually one of those things. But I think that when you master that self-discipline of like, I don't have to have this in order to have a good time, or I don't have to have this in order to feel wanted. I want myself. I want to love myself. I want to give unto myself unapologetically and very enthusiastically as well. And it's been amazing. It's one of those things that you don't realize you need until you do it. For me. If you're contemplating going celibate, maybe try it out. Give it a try. See how you like it. I mean, I can only speak from what it's done for me and how I feel about it. But I feel so much more empowered as a person. Like, I feel more confident. I feel more like power in my independence. You know what I mean? Sometimes we get to that sad point of like, oh my God, I'm single, I'm alone. But that's okay. It's okay to be single. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to not have, this like perfect connection. And that's the build. That's what we want to expound upon. But you want to do it right. I want to do it right. I always want to have a connection that is beautiful and blossoming because we're both in healthy, places. And I wasn't always the healthiest person, like mentally, and not like mental illness like that. But you know what I mean? Like self-defeating habits, self-defeating thoughts, things that were not serving me as a person. I know that, in this new cycle that I'm coming into, this new phase as a person, I'm changing, I'm adapting, I'm adjusting to what this new life is with me, as just myself. And it's been amazing. It's like to try to jump into a connection so quickly or with someone else, it's almost a little like, wait a second. I got to get myself in order first before I can do anything else. And shout out to both of my parents for being that example for me, letting me know that it was okay to do this, encouraging me very much. I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad, so much. They have been absolutely stellar, through this process. My older brother, thank you to him as well. I love you. I love both of my brothers, all three of my brothers. I meant to say both of my older brothers and my baby brother. Thank you. I love you guys because they encourage me to build that path and to grow, and they encourage me that it's okay. You know what I mean? I went through a lot of moments after my miscarriage of like, I might not find somebody, or like my biological clock is going off, and I had to kind of let that line of thinking go because it's self-defeating. It's so negative, it's so painful, and you can't do that to yourself. I had to start looking at the bright side a little bit more, and that's why I started my podcast. I wanted to dance more. I wanted to read more. I wanted to just do the stuff that I like to do more, and it's brought me out of this state, and me deciding I was going to be celibate is exactly what made this happen. It's been like, boom, another phase. You guys have been listening so far through my journey. You've heard me talk about getting my confidence back and a whole line of different things. And it's kind of stemming in that same area of like, confidence is gained back. I feel better. I look better. I feel healthier even. You know what I mean? I'm doing more, connecting with my family even. Like, we're talking about things that we haven't talked about in forever. We're reminiscing on memories from forever ago, because I'm not focused on my energy so much onto other individuals. I'm focusing inward, and I'm able to heal a lot within myself. Like, talking about things from when I was a childhood that used to bother me, having those conversations with my dad, bringing it to the forefront, talking about those things with my mom, bringing it to the forefront. It's helping me be a more complete woman, and it is so amazing. Like, truly, I encourage anybody who hasn't, if you're looking for a way to take a step back, if you've just come out of a long relationship, if you are, single, and maybe you've done a lot of casual sex, casual encounters, again, nothing wrong with that. I don't judge anybody. You do what you do. Whatever makes you happy makes you happy. But there was something for me to be said for owning that self-control of, like, I don't have to do this. I don't have to go out and have these, like, quick one-night situations with people, or even like just doing that in general, you know what I mean? Because again, it can be demanding of you over time, because eventually the other person's gonna want more, you're gonna want more, and it's just this push pull. And I'm not ready for that yet. I was like, I ain't ready for that. I'm not ready for that. I know that I need to go within and love on myself so heavily, to where when I come out of this phase, I think I'm going to be a much, much stronger, more complete woman. And again, I just think to my daddy, he would say, how can you be whole for somebody else or with somebody else? How can you be with somebody else if you are not good by yourself? And that's so true. And I think I might have lost sight of that, but I'm gaining that sight back visually and actively, one day at a time. It's looking in the mirror. I got my hair braided. You do little things for yourself that make you feel so good and so happy on the inside, that it's kind of like this little journey that I'm on right now. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like it. So I just wanted to come on and share about celibacy, what that's been like so far. I know we all have urges. That's okay. There are ways that you can satisfy your urges without going other places. If you do not want me to, well, I'm not going to divulge them all on here. There's lots of different ways. Reach out to me through my emails or a DM if you want to know what I'm talking about, and I will gladly share with you. I don't want to be too vocal again, like my dad watches my podcast, and I love you, Daddy, but I don't want to get into the nasties about this while you're listening, or Mom. Or any of my relatives, close relatives. I love you guys for listening, though. Thank you. But a lot of times as women, you may feel forced, like you need to have sex or you need to do that. And I just thought, no, I don't. If I find somebody and I connect really well with them, like, let's just expand and build upon like a connection and see what happens. And if something goes further, I'll know when it's ready. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm only going to do it for 6 months or 3 months or 2 years or 4 years. I did read an article. There was a woman who was celibate for like 4 years or so. Probably for even longer. There's plenty of people out there. But again, I'm not telling anybody you have to do it for too long. Try it for a month. See what happens. Try it for 6 months. See what happens. Try it for 4 months. See what happens. Do what works for you. Obviously, you're going to be the person who knows internally this is the right moment or this is not the right situation. But it's really focused me to assess things a little bit better, to be a lot stronger minded and stronger willed. Yet again, strong-willed. After you're in a long relationship where sex is a regular thing, coming out of that, sometimes you get where you're like, nope, don't do it. Don't go back. Like, just wait. Try to give yourself a little time and date yourself. Don't look for other people to date you. You date you. You love you. Ever since I did that, it has made everything for me kind of flow and fall into place. And I know that I'll be a better woman for my next relationship. You know what I mean? Like, essentially, I'm doing this for me. And I know that when I'm ready to welcome in a new partner into my life, that I'll be a lot better as a person. And it gives me the confidence to, fly like a bird, spread my wings and enjoy life, and hang with some of my girlfriends in platonic situations and just soak up different knowledge, soak up different love. You know what I mean? you begin to be a little more receptive to what you want, and it's really, really amazing. So if you haven't tried being celibate, if you're curious if that might work for you, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up in my DMs if you have questions, or you can reach out to me through the email. I love talking to people. Absolutely love it. I welcome your conversation. Also, leave me a review, please. I love to read your comments. You can comment on YouTube. We're also available on Apple and Spotify and Anchor. I love all these platforms. I listen on all these platforms. So please make sure that you comment below, subscribe, share this with your friends. I love to have my content shared as well. So I will chat with you guys next week on Wednesday. And I really hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope that I was able to bring you some positiveness to celibacy instead of the ever so negative, dang it, I'm not having sex. Now you got some positiveness to go behind it to understand what it's more so about. Okay, guys? I will see you next week. Bye.